Hello, guys. I apologize for the late start time. I was having some problems with my software. Today, we're talking about the families behind the trades. Have you ever seen, or everybody sees the finished kitchen, they see the new lights, the restored power, but no one sees the father or mother working to 10 p.m. to get those lights working. And who's back? Your kid, who you probably missed some kind of birthday, some kind of event because you were working late hours. That is what it's like to be a tradesperson. It is not easy. It's kind of like the military where you're never around. You miss birthdays, you miss holidays, you miss multiple things. Sometimes you miss sleep. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about behind the scenes of the families with my experience. So let's begin. Do. Now I want to post. I'm going to look to see. Let me see docs. Got that one. Let me get the chat up. Now, welcome to live chat. This is Sean from TechTrain Solutions here with another podcast. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be honest. I'll be funny looking at least. I don't know about funny. Not corporate. I'll talk about tradespeople, trades events, and hopefully you like it. So, welcome back to my podcast. My name is Sean from TechTrain Solutions. Welcome. This is TechTrain Solutions, where we develop industrial trainers. We also do contracting, electrical, residential, commercial, industrial. We do industrial troubleshooting, repair. We fix those machines that not too many people can. That is what we do. This episode is going to go behind the scenes of the family. I've been in the Army for 31 years, a tradesperson for 26 years, and I've missed over probably 60% of birthdays, celebrations, events, because not only was it due to the military, because basically I had no summer. I just retired 2 years ago, and now I finally have summers. Woohoo! Thank goodness. But before that, I didn't have summers due to the fact I was working as a tradesperson and Army Reserves. It's been a tough life. You got to think of the exhaustion, the tiredness. You have to go still raise your kids. So, a tradesperson, why is it painful for the kid? Well, one time I had a person sit down and say, Sean, I don't know what's wrong with my kids, man. They're just bad. I have no idea what's going on. I pulled him aside, sat him down. I said, dude, I'm going to be blunt. You work freaking 16 to 18 hours all the time. I heard this is the way it's always been. And due to that fact, you don't see your kids, and your kids are acting out because they miss you. You got to spend some time with them, man. You can't just totally ignore them. He got so pissed at me, wrote me in this book, and he was done with me. But I have to be honest. Being a family man and being a soldier, being away for a year gives you a different aspect or different view, right? Because your family's there by themselves. They're doing things that would be you be doing, but you're not there. Well, the tradesperson, when you're working those long hours, your significant other's doing that. They're taking care of your kid. They're changing the diapers. They're at it for 12, 14, 16 hours while you're working. And I hate to say it, raising kids is work. So it's exhausting. So they're getting beat up just like you're getting beat up at work, but you're just making the money. They're not. So let me share another story. When I was young with my family, I just got into the electrical industry, decided to start a family, maybe sooner than I should have. Poor as all get out. I was making $14 an hour. I had to find side work. I had to find extra jobs to do. It was tough. A newborn baby, my wife at home, she teaches. So what I would do, I would go work residential and be working my butt off. I'm talking hard because I like to hump, get it done. I'm working, working, working. And then I finally had to call her and say, look, this is about 9 hours into it. I'm not going to be home till at least 8, 9 o'clock at night. Oh my gosh, she was so mad at me. And I understand why, but she was so mad at me, not the company. My wife has this phrase. You know it as Murphy's Law. Well, my wife calls it Quinn's Law because you never know what you're going to get. Underestimating, overestimating, or just finding those odd things while you're working. Dealing with old construction is a pain in the butt because you never know what's in that wall. And that happened multiple times. So again, I was working residential. I had to do a lot of side work. I would come home, get a quick bite to eat, hang out with the wife, head out to side work, my brother-in-law. We would have all these odd jobs, and we would work till 1 in the morning in most cases because we had to get the job done. I'm talking nasty work. A lot of homes in Philadelphia are not the neatest. You got the slumlord system going back in the day. So, but we were fixing those slumlord areas, and it was nasty work. I'm an electrician, but I'm doing carpentry. I'm doing labor work, concrete, whatever I could to make money. One side job, which I'm glad I didn't die, one side job, it was working, doing a service on an aluminum ladder with, extension ladder, with cardboard. And I'm doing this service and it started to rain. I was puckering. And the guy's like, oh, just do it, just do it. I was a young buck. I didn't know any better. But the problem is I was supposed to get done at 5. I didn't get done till 7, 8 o'clock. The daughter's birthday was that day. I think it was 1 year old, and I missed it. I missed it because I was working that side work. I was supposed to be home at 4. I didn't get home till 9 o'clock at night, and I missed it. That's the first main event I missed. Again, I missed about 60% of this. You got to think of what they're going through. You're working, and you're working hard, and you're making that money. Thing is, you're working hard. You're coming home. You should not stop. You need to work hard at home too. Take care of that kid. Take care of the wife or husband. You go in there, nice have conversation. Go play some tackle football with your kid. Do something fun. Make them enjoy your company. But as a tradesperson, you don't want to do that. You want to go home. You want to relax. You want to go drink a beer. You want to watch TV. You want to go to a barn, do some work, and you're going to ignore your kid. If you continue doing that, your kid's going to start acting out, and it's not going to be good for you. So what am I trying to say? The reality of the tradesperson. You got early hours, right? You're working, you're getting up at 4, 5 in the morning. You get those emergency calls. You're hanging out with your family, watching some sports. Luckily, you both had separate vehicles. You get that call, right? You're part of a service group. It's your weekend. Yo, I know you're watching your kid, but you got to go. And you got to drop what you're doing, say bye to soccer, head to the service call. You go to the service call. It's not easy. Next thing you know, you're there for 8, 9 hours. Don't forget about the long commute. When I worked residential, my commute wasn't part of my hours. I had to work during that time out there and back, sometimes hour, hour and a half for free because they didn't count the travel. It was tough, long commutes. You come home, dark, your family's sleeping, you go in there, you go take a quick shower, go right to bed. This is beating up your significant other and your kids. It is wearing them out. Just like military kids, right? You're never around. They're going to start getting angry. They're going to start acting out and doing things. So you come home. You're mentally checked out. You want nothing to do with it. Sometimes also, the worst part that I've done too, and I learned to stop this, is whenever I got angry, ticked off, angry at whatever, at work, I took it home. I took it out on my family. Not really mean, but I still took it out. I didn't have any patience. A kid would say, my boy would do something, and I just flip out. And I'm like, oh gosh, it affects them. You got to think. There are going to be times where you're going to be working mandatory 12 to 16 hours without any stopping, right? It's going to be tough for you to do this. Working in the trades and having a family, it's like an oxymoron. You are owned by that trade, and at me personally, you feel that you need to finish that task. There's times I'll have something that going on with my family, like they'll want to go somewhere like Dorney Park, and I want to go to Dorney Park. But what's happening? I get called, right? I get called. Some companies, you allowed to ignore the phone call, but this company, I couldn't. I got called. I had to go into work. I had to troubleshoot machines. My family went to Dorney Park, and I missed out. And they were hurt by it, and I could see it. And all the apology in the world doesn't work. Even though you could do the argument, well, I'm making money, this is what I have to do. It still doesn't change the fact the kids don't know that. They until they get older, they really care about that. They care about you. They want you. So that's why I always tell people, try to work within your means. Do it. You got your chance. Now, have you ever missed holidays or some major event? I missed some major holidays between the military and trades. I did mostly all Christmas, so I was lucky there. But every holiday, I've missed at least 2 to 3, maybe 4 of each, because I had to go to work. I had to go fix machines. I had to do something. Or I got addicted to overtime and talked to the wife, and the wife's like, yeah, just go. You know, she's just saying that. She just wants me to do what I want. So I go to work. I work 16 hours on holidays while my family's at home celebrating. I come home. They're all sleeping. You got that guilt when you walk in. You got a little card from the kid, maybe some artwork, which is beautiful, and you're breaking their heart. And that's the tough part. But the one thing that was even worse is when work slowed down. That was tough. When work slows down and you got to take care of your family and you're breadwinner, that makes it the worst because you're disappointing your family. You're not taking care of them. That works on your mental. The kids see that, or at least feel your scaredness, your fear, your anxiety, and it just becomes tough to see your children seeing that. Again, in the trades, they get affected. But let me tell you a little funny story. I was working first shift, right, at this company, and another guy was working third. He was my trainer at first. He got on medical right away because they're hurting you forever. And I told him, dude, you're going to die if you don't get that taken care of. So he went medical, got taken care of. He comes back. He wants third shift. I went first. I'm working, and I'm getting a lot of kudos. Everybody's starting to like me, and that third shift guy started getting jealous. So we had this union rep that kept a gentleman's agreement where I do first, he does thirds. It was great. Then that person got fired. He got fired. So this third shift guy looks at me and goes, And then the next day, union rep pulls me in, not the one with the gentleman agreement, and goes, look, senior man wants first shift. I'm bumping you to third. I got so mad. I was flipping out. I was cussing. If he would have came over, I probably would be in jail today for manslaughter. I was that angry. I'm flipping out. Union calling me, calming down. I'm like, you leave me the hell alone. You come over, I'll kick your butt. Unfortunately, salary came in, tried to calm me down too. They walked away because I was that hot. I'm all, rah, rah. I text my wife, I'm pissed off. She calls. She's like, settle down. I'm like, yes, son. I literally, yes, son. Angry to that. And everybody's like, what the hell was that? I'm like, dude, I married up. She yells at me, I'm calming down. But because of the anger, it affected my personality and affected my wife. And we got an argument, but she calmed me down. See, work affects families. Other things you have is with that. I got to say, though, working first and the third, I thought I would dread it. It was a blessing in disguise. Talking about bonding time with my kids. So how it works in third shift, it's 11 to 7 a.m. I come in at 10:30. I'm working, and then I go home, and then I get to hang out with the family. It's amazing. I was able to go to PTG. Uh, actually, let me back up. All right, hold on 1 second. Man, there you go. I got a new camera. What happened here is now I'm third shift. Amazing. I'm able to do things with my kids that I would never be able to do if I worked first shift. First off the bat, my wife works at 7 a.m. So she had a hard time getting the kids ready to go out. Well, I come home at 7. So I come home, relieve her duty. She goes to work. I get my kids ready for school. Dude, no childcare. Talk about saving money. They go. I go back and try to sleep. Doesn't work. I don't sleep, be honest with you, from Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night when I finally sleep. I don't know how you guys in third shift or shift work does it, but I had a hard time. But I worked it for 3 years. So I finally gave up and just decided every Thursday, I'll try to sleep before that, but every Thursday I go to sleep. So needless to say, I wake up, my wife come home at noon, we hang out, have lunch, I go back and take a quick cat nap, and then I go to work at 11. But I get to spend time with the family. We get to have dinner together. I'm telling you, that was a blessing in disguise. I was able to go to all my kids' IEP meetings. I was able to hang out with their school field trips. I was with them a lot. It was amazing. I was able to get in coaching. I was able to, that's it. So after one of these meetings with the principal, me and my wife, I go walking out. The principal stops me and goes, Sean, you ever think of something called PTG? I'm like, I have no idea what that is. So like, why don't you come join it and check it out? So working third shift, I have time. So I go to the PTG meeting, parent-teacher group, PTA, whatever you call it. So we get to go to the meeting, and I'm talking to them. And next thing you know, they're like, yo, you're the vice president. I'm like, what? No way. Vice president. Me. Not very political, not very good, being serious more than 5 minutes. But they picked me. From that experience of working third shift, I have all the first shift available. I was able to go to field trips, like to the museum in Philadelphia. I went to Hershey, other places because of third shift. It was great. Now, let me tell you a little funny story. Needs to say, I still try to go to sleep Monday through Friday. I still try. So I'm trying to sleep. I'm getting there. And I'm about to fall asleep. And I hear them come in, which is fine. The kids are playing, which doesn't bother me. But what was really killing me was my wife going, shut up, be quiet. Your dad's trying to sleep. Didn't do it right away, just got to it. And I'm her. She thinks I'm loud. She's loud. And I'm waking up. And I asked her, I said, look, I'll be honest, kids are all right. It's more you. She got so mad at me, dude. She got mad, pissed. I'm like, okay. And at that point, I just put earbuds in and try to go to sleep. Because, again, my kids coming in were fine. It was just the wife correcting them was what waking me up. It was tough. So again, tradesmen and families. It is a tough experience for your kids. You really should be thinking about them when you're working. It's not always about the money. It isn't. It should be more about other things. Okay, you make the money, right? But don't get addicted to overtime. Work your 40 hours. That's it. As pay your life. Any other overtime after that, that's you're spending money. That is you're saving for college. That is your retirement, whatever. But that overtime, you should be able to cut it loose at any moment because it shouldn't run your life. Your family's important. You want them to grow up right? Be around. Be around. Show them who you are, right? Do it. So, problem is, working third shift has some negativities. I'm not there as the defender for the family. My wife hardly could sleep. My kids sometimes had nightmares. I wasn't there for that. They would get sick. I wasn't there for that. Usually a couple there helping each other out, taking care of the children, taking care of each other, but I didn't have that option. I had to go to work. While she was sleeping, or at least trying to sleep, worrying about security, right? We just always got to watch out. Doors locked, but in the back of your mind, a little squirrel wakes her up. She can't fall asleep because I'm not there as a protector. That was the negative of working third shift. It exhausted them, exhausted me, and it just made that part of the life hard. But everything else was great. I mean, I'm talking about I'm able to go to bank during the normal bank hours. I was able to go to events, working day. I could have worked overtime if I wanted to. Don't really care, so I worked some, but not much. It was definitely an experience working third shift for 3 years. Gained about 45 pounds. Army almost kicked me out. Still reservist, by the way. So I still had to do reserves. That was tough because Friday, Saturday, Sundays, reserves sometimes. Well, I'm technically supposed to work Friday night. I had to find relief. It is what it is. I'm reservist. I had to suck it up. Yeah. Another time, my younger year, when I was saying I was an apprentice, doing these pipe conduits, 6 inches, almost miles and miles of it. Me, the only one, throw it in there. I would come home tired, exhausted, and I see my little girl. She's excited. She knows, Dad's here. We're gonna play. I can't say no. I'm exhausted. My back's killing me. I'm a young buck, but still killing me. And I decide, heck with it. I'll play ready, set, hut, hut. Basically, I go grab her like I'm tackling. I roll my body, not to hurt her, and act like it was her. Or she'll come at me, act like she's tackling me. I get thrown to the ground just to keep her happy, just to keep entertained. Or we did an inside game where we had a long family room. We had a ball. We had to throw it to each side, had to block it. I let her win, which if you have young kids, don't let your kid win. It's going to ruin their rest of life. Don't. Maybe once in a blue moon, but no, don't do what I did where I let them win all. It became a negative. So don't do that. To this day, she's so competitive that it's like, oh my gosh, why did I do this? Why? So with that, you come exhausted. Just fake it till you make it. Come home, go to your kids, spend some time with them, do what they would like you to do. Have some compassion. I know you spent all day and you're the breadwinner, but they don't know. They just want to be with you. Do it. Spend the time with them. Being a tradesperson, military person, away from your family for a long time, it's tough. Definitely for those trade individuals who travel. I understand that life, but traveling, when you come home after traveling, your mind should be about your family. You should be wanting to spend time with them, do things with them, shower them with attention, just to let them know you care. Because you don't want to be like that guy's kids. where they don't know what the hell why they're acting bad. Well, I do. You're not there. You're not there being with your kids who miss you and feel like you don't love them. You know, so that's what I'm just saying. Think about the other times. Miss birthdays. Like I said, I miss 60% of my birthdays. At work, call my daughter or son, happy birthday. I hope you doing all right. Yeah, okay, love you. I can't leave work. Machine's down. I got to stay. I have to stay to get the machine running. Not allowed to go unless someone relieves me or work 18 hours. Miss those life with the family. It's tough, you know. All right, I'm just going to send a chat. Hopefully someone can send. Just a tough life. And think about all the canceled plans, too, that you probably had in your life. Your canceled plans with your family. You no longer had time with them. It's tough. Let's just think about something. All right, maybe you have time to go watch them play basketball or baseball or some kind of sport. They're expecting you, but you don't show up. You know how disappointing that is? How much it crushes their soul? And I know you probably couldn't get out of it, but it crushes them. You got to think about that. Their lives are tough. Man. Now, let's talk about another subject. We talked about the family. Let's talk about you. Just think about the trades. How many of you kneel on the cement, for long periods of times? Right here. Who here, just stands on the top of the ladder? Here. Now, who here picks more than they should pick up? Right here. And who here works like a bull in a china shop when they're younger? Right here. Who here had stupid accidents? Right here. Think about it. United States Army. I'm supposed to be healthy, supposed to be in shape. I find working in trades harder sometimes than working for the military. You got to think about doing receptacles and switches. You're on your knees doing outlets and switches. You are just running around on concrete, maybe carpet, hopefully you're lucky, going around, feeling you're super, but after that long day, your knees are shot. You are sore. You're looking at that leave like you're in love just to get out of that pain. Yeah, it's tough. Man, let me see, make sure I got volume. Think of all the meals you've had with your food truck. The food trucks are nasty, no offense. Think about the lunch that you bring or you didn't bring. You're going to eat horrible food and wonder why you're gaining 50 million pounds. Or you're always broke. Like, why am I always broke? Well, you're spending on lunch and you decide to give, your apprentice money. You're giving them some money. Oh, it is working. All right. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. You got to think about the times you're eating food out in the road for gas station food. Not the most healthy. McDonald's, Burger King. You're out there eating that because you working late. You forgot your lunch. You're not healthy. You're not working out. You are technically an industrial athlete. You should be doing some sort of stretching, something before you start your day, but you're not. You're beating yourself up. You are wearing yourself out. Being an older gentleman who's now that way, my knees are shot. I have these 3 amazing moves that I can't do anymore because my knees are shot. Simply shot. From the construction world, from concrete, knees, lifting up too much equipment, doing something stupid. Or you got the food, right? But don't forget about the drinks. Or you go out to drinking with your buddies afterwards, your wife or your husband's at home, waiting for you. You decide to get a couple beers. You get the call. Where are you at? Oh, I just decided to go out and get some beers. You're supposed to be home. We got this going on. Oh, shoot. So you say, hey, I can see you guys, and head out. I've done that a few times. Insensitive, Sean. I did that too. Or your service guys out there. How many have been in a family event? You're having a great time, and next thing you know, your phone rings, and you're like, should I pick that up? They're calling you for a service. Now you got to look at the wife and go, and the kids go, I got to go. Who here has done that? I've never done that. I haven't done service like that. I'm sure you have. So I would love to hear about that. Man. So I've had in my life 3 or 4 people get seriously hurt, real bad. Few almost died. Some got burned pretty darn bad. Your spouse, your loved ones, your kids, they might worry about you going to work. They might the full day thinking, hoping you survive because something happens to someone in work. That is something that's in their brain that they're worrying about your safety. So when you go to work and you make that shortcut, don't stop that. You're going to make your kids worry. They might not know right away, but once that one person gets hurt at work, it's going to bring in their brain. They're going to worry all the time because of that. Now, other things we got to worry about, right? We got irregular schedules all over the place. Like when I worked in the last workplace, even though it was 7 to 3 after I worked thirds, I went back to first. I'll be forced. Hey, you got to stay. So I got to work till 5 p.m. Hey, you got to come in early. So I had to go 5 a.m. Wasn't 100% consistent. Change the schedule doesn't always help out because my wife likes me to wake up with her, hang out, go to work. Sometimes she doesn't because I drive her crazy. It just does that. You got other things to worry about. Being a tradesperson, sometimes you do need that overtime. You have money issues. Now you become addicted to overtime, as we call overtime whores. And it starts wearing on your mood because now your family wants you there, but they still want you to make more money. I've seen that happen to me. And that is leading to stress to you and your relationships. Now, one little problem makes you flip the hell out, makes you not calm. You're getting angry at your family. Your mood swings are all over the place because you feel you need to make that overtime. And they want you to, but they give you guilt trip too. Who here has that? I do. Not anymore, but they give you guilt trip. They want you to make the money, but they give you a guilt trip. Oh, you got to work? Yeah, I'm not going to make the money. Oh, okay. You get that. That's tough. Definitely when you get addicted to overtime. I got addicted when I first worked at my workplace. I got addicted for like 4 years. I would work stupid 18 hours, 16 hours, 80 hours a week, killing myself because I got addicted to it. I would nonstop hours because it was a competition too. And then finally get beat up and just tired and missing too many birthdays. I'm like, I'm done. I tell my wife, we got to figure out how to make our bills smaller, do something. We lowered our bills. We're still hurting a little bit in certain things, but we're better. I can work off a 40-hour work week. But it caused stress between the family to the point where my nickname became Insensitive Sean or Insensitive Jack Butt. That was my nickname for the longest time because of the temper, because of overtime addiction. It became a thing. And then my kids start missing me. It just was tough for the whole family. Tradespeople aren't the only ones sacrificing. Just remember this. Your families are. They don't get paid. They get paid in this mental anguish. Think about next time when you start getting addicted to overtime. And think about you, right? Being a tradesperson, your body's breaking down. You're doing jobs that most people would find painful to do in the beginning. Your body's breaking down. You want to be able to retire, have some fun with the family, do some fun things, be able to walk. So as a tradesperson, you got to think about that. Do you want to take that shortcut? Do you want to work on your knees all day? Not me anymore. I bring a foam pad or I bring a bucket with me. I know, 2-stone bucket. Well, I'm older. I'm okay. So I'll do a bucket, do outlets and switches with that, or I get my knee pad and do outlets and switches that way. But I do not kill my knees anymore. If you're young, I would recommend getting knee pads. Make sure you're safe and comfortable. So what's the hardest part your family deals with? Think about it. What is the hardest part that your family deals with? You being on. You being on. Again, I just retired 2 years from the Army. Had never had a summer. It's the first time I had a real summer last couple of years. It's amazing because either that, Army, or I'm working hours during the summer. Does your family understand your trade life? Do they understand what you're going through? Have you really talked to them about that? Have you had the conversation? Let them know your world. Have you ever brought stress home? Like you really brought her home and just start flipping out and abnormally at your kids, and you're like, afterwards, regret it. Try not to bring it home. Work's work, home's home. Try to separate that. All right? Try to do that. It's tough, but you can. So, just to let you know, trades and families is tough, but it can be done. You just got to be open and honest with your family. Try to be there for them, or at least, if you can't, do something with them before the event. That way they feel that you're part of their life. So with that, I would give it a shout out to all the electricians, carpenters, HVAC technicians, linemen, mechanics, apprentices, and the spouses and families here at TechTrain Solutions. Being every good tradesperson is usually someone sacrificing for you. So this is TechTrain Solutions, industrial electrical training, industrial electrical troubleshooting and PLC controls, and residential, commercial, industrial contracting. So next episode, where we'll talk about crazy customers, job site disasters, apprenticeships mistakes, and things customers should never say or do. So stay safe out there, and don't forget why you started working in trades, and don't forget your family.